Hello my fellow artists and friends, it's Kat Valk and welcome to another artsy video. And I have my scarf on and my hot tea because it's snowing outside and it's frigging cold and I'm not a huge fan of that. Today is a special day because I have another sketchbox for you to open. And this is the November box. So if you didn't see my other video where I'm opening the October sketchbox is one of those subscription boxes that you subscribe to, obviously, and you get one sent home to you every month. So you could say that sketchbox is like a loot crate but for artists. So let's open it and find out what's inside. So the first thing in the box is this Sketchbox featured artist of the month. I mean, just look at those mad art skills. And here's another card that tells you a little bit about everything that's in the box, which is pretty handy. And I got the premium box today, a sticker, cat toys. Oops, I got cat toys everywhere. This is a Bimoji brush marker. This is some sort of black ink pen and I believe you can do lots of different things with this one, like outlining or calligraphy or whatever you would like to do. It's all written in Japanese on the back, but I can tell that it says 0.3 to 1 millimeter, and I'm guessing that's the size of the brush tip, so I guess that you can do both thinner lines and thicker lines depending on how much pressure you use. And I really like the idea of that because I really like when the line art consists of both thinner and thicker lines. I think it brings more life to the whole drawing, and I just noticed that it got this little thing so you can like hang it on other things. That's awesome. Can't wait to try this one. So the next thing or things in the box, it's not 1, it's not 2, it's not 3, and it's not 4, but it is 5 different acrylic paint markers. Look at the size of this one, it's huge. These are called Montana Cans acrylic markers and I got them in 5 different colors and in 3 different sizes. This is 15 millimeters. Fine and extra fine. I'm really curious about what the tips looks like, so I'm gonna remove the plastic and find out. I thought it would be more like a foamy and softer nib, but it's more like a harder felt nib. I never use these kinds of markers and I don't even think I've seen one before, but I've used lots of regular acrylic paint in my days, but I'm really excited to try out how this works. Alright, that's all the stuff that's in the box. Let's try to make something out of it. So I didn't really know what I wanted to draw for this November box, so I made some different sketches and I really like this one with a girl in a scarf, which may be a bit of a weird choice because I don't have any skin tone colors to work with, but I just gotta work with what I got, I guess. So it's gonna be a pale girl, just like me. And I'm trying to draw more human characters lately. I really need to practice more on that, like drawing faces and stuff. And I figured that I would need to use some sort of paper that works well with wet paint, so I decided to go with my current favorite watercolor paper from Daler Rooney. It's called Aquafine and it has this finer grain and I think it is 300 grams, so it's pretty thick. And I did notice that if I went over the same spot too many times with the wet paint, it would torn the paper and make crumbles, but other than that it worked really well. So I gotta say that I really enjoy working with these kinds of markers. It may not show up too well on camera, but the colors are so vibrant and so pigmented and the coverage is really great as well. And I tried doing some layerings later on and of course the darker colors turned out better on top of lighter ones, but the yellow one turned out pretty okay on the darker as well. Since I don't have many colors to work with here and I didn't want the yellow hair, for instance, to blend in with the yellow parts of the hat, I did some different patterns to create textures. Like for the hat I made some sort of cross hatching, and for the scarf I made another pattern to make it look like knitted. So when I was done coloring, I used the ink pen for outlining and for some details. I really like working with the pen. It was flexible but not too flexible. It's kind of hard to explain, I'm terrible at explaining, but it was really easy and great to work with, and the ink also felt very pigmented and it worked really well drawing on top of the acrylic marker, and it apparently becomes water resistant once it dries, so I could definitely consider using this for like when I'm working with watercolors and such. And I used the blue and the largest marker for the background. It was a bit tricky to work with due to the size, and I had to turn it and use the shorter side of the tip. So it was a bit clumsy to use, but it might be because I used it on such small area. So yeah, I cheated a little and used a white Posca pen, which is not included in the box, but I felt like the background turned out too solid, so I wanted to brighten it up a little. So I decided to use the Posca pen for the snowflakes in the background, and I also painted over some failed snowflakes with the blue marker, and you can't even see the snowflakes through the blue, and as I said, the coverage is really good. I had so much fun making this drawing. You can learn so much by trying out new supplies and new techniques, and it's also really fun trying out new stuff once in a while. So if you are an artist yourself and you also love to try out new and fun art supplies, or you just love to receive and open awesome packages, you should definitely give SketchBox a try. So if you want to learn more or get a subscription of SketchBox, go to getsketchbox.com. Maybe something you can wish for Christmas perhaps. And a big thank you to SketchBox and to Frederator, who teamed up once again and made it possible for me to make another of these videos. I'm enjoying this way too much. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for even more artsy videos, and leave a comment down below if you want to. I love reading those comments. Keep on drawing, my happy cats. Bye!